And away we go. Here we are, a new venture, podcasting. Now, it's very interesting because this podcast is airing live over the radio for the first episode. Now, I don't know that that'll happen every week because of the people we have joining us, but the first episode right now is live over the radio, live here in Marion, Ohio, being broadcast over WWGH Radio 107.1 FM. But this podcast will be able to be heard on YouTube, this episode and all the others that follow, one per week until the end of time. Now, the name of the podcast is Paper Rings, which we're going to talk about right off the bat. But I do have two people here. Now, I am the moderator of this particular podcast. Now, the two co-hosts of this podcast, host and moderator, yeah. So we'll turn on the mics now, and we have Abby Croman and Michelle Whitaker. So say hello.
Hello.
More than that, now Abby's been on before.
Yes.
And she's called in many, many times with not much to say, but you've called in.
I've called in having to defend myself
Not
about
really.
99% of the time.
Okay, now tell people.
Actually, that's the only reason I've ever called in is to defend myself.
Tell people at home and tell people who might be listening on YouTube about yourself.
Well, that's not...
I thought you were giving us a synopsis.
Oh,
Right.
you want me to do that?
Yeah, like you
Okay.
straight up just put us on the spot,
Well,
Scott.
no, this is how podcasting goes.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very spur of the moment.
what do I say about myself?
Do you want me to describe you?
Actually, yes.
All right.
I do.
Abby is ultra competitive
Stop.
and very hair trigger attitude.
What is that?
Hair trigger attitude.
What's hair trigger?
What is hair?
Like anything sets you off. Like you came in tonight with a red face, angry.
Okay, because
Because you're-
why?
We didn't get
Here
the
it
crazy
is.
bread.
Well, first
Here
of all,
it
I didn't
is.
get the crazy bread. And second of all, because you had nothing else to do when we left our last place.
I had to come here and get ready.
No.
I did.
No.
I had to come in and spray.
You didn't spray enough.
I sprayed.
It took 12 seconds.
So, hair trigger attitude, overly competitive, and complicated.
Here's the thing. You're the only person on earth that would, like, describe me with those things.
You just asked me to describe you.
Okay.
Now you don't want me to describe you.
Okay.
That's
But
my perspective.
That's perspective.
That's perspective.
Sure.
Yeah. So, you good?
Yeah. But
You-
that does not describe me at all, but I'm good.
Go ahead. Describe yourself.
Oh. Sweet and funny
And fun.
likable and fun.
Giving.
Giving. Yes,
She
Scott.
brought me a Coke slushie.
And
today.
Scott a Diet Coke today.
You did, you
and
did.
pizza requested by Scott
You
for
did.
the podcast.
I appreciate that.
After I had to wait in line for 35 minutes, you should appreciate it.
Have you ever gotten a gift from somebody
No.
and then they complained about having to go get the gift?
This is not a gift. It was like your compensation for doing the podcast with us or something. I
Is
don't
that
even
what this
know.
is?
I feel like
Oh
it.
man, I'm gonna need more money than that.
It was like holding a ransom or something. I don't know.
You got me
Bringing
a
pizza.
$5 pizza. I know those pizzas are $5. You spent $5.
I did, but on the Diet Cokes and everything else, plus my time.
Oh,
And gas.
That's invaluable.
It was totally invaluable.
All right, Michelle, tell us about yourself.
I thought you were going to
You want me to do yours? Okay, I can do
Yeah.
yours too. All right. I'm doing a lot of heavy lifting here tonight.
That's
And then
right.
did we get to
Sounds
describe
good.
Scott?
No. No. See, that's what a moderator does. I keep the thing flowing. Now, Michelle is the nice one, the kind one. You are always nice and always kind. You always have nice things to say about other people. You're creative and always fun to talk to.
I make a mean Valentine.
You do. You were making Valentine's yesterday out of construction paper and Sharpies and all those things. I don't know your heavy-duty flaws.
It was very therapeutic.
Was that
It
wrong?
was.
Was that wrong? Was that synopsis wrong? Were you okay
No,
with that
Michelle's the sweet one.
one? Okay, there you go.
Ugh.
I did it.
Just one time. I just don't want to be the sweet one.
You want to be the ultra competitive
No, Michelle
hair
is
trigger
competitive.
attitude.
I don't even have a hair trigger attitude. I have
Hair
no
trigger.
attitude. What is that? Is that from 1952? Where did you pull that term out of?
1952.
I think this tablecloth's from 1952.
Oh no! It's Christmassy.
It is.
It's very Christmassy.
But it's February.
Holly and berries.
February.
February.
February?
No.
No.
I
Okay.
listened to this radio.
I know.
Yeah.
I do too.
I listened.
I
Yeah.
practice saying it in my car too.
It's February.
no,
February.
Scott, you don't say it like that.
That's how I say it.
Never.
I do. February.
What?
Feb.
Because it's Februa. Yeah, February.
February.
No.
I looked up the history of it, but I can't remember.
And also forgetful. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to have discussions, spine-tingling discussions like this for an hour. And this will keep us thriving forever. Now, the title is Paper Rings. Now, how did that come about, Michelle?
I just like the Taylor Swift song.
It comes
called
from the
Paper
Taylor
Rings.
Swift song. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, this spurs off into an interesting discussion because we were discussing earlier, do girls really care about the rings? This is not a guy question. Do girls want the engagement rings? Do they want the diamond? Do they want a big wedding ring? And I said, I believe they do. And you said,
No.
no.
Well, I don't.
That you would marry somebody for paper rings, with paper rings.
I wouldn't care. It didn't
No,
matter.
I wouldn't care either. I agree
It
with her on
didn't
that.
care.
I 100% agree.
I don't believe that for a second out
Why?
of you. Because I know how you are.
I am so... That is not even my thing like that. It's not.
What is your thing?
I would rather have a sentimental, like something that was...
I'm not... I don't
No.
need to be like flashy or like diamondy or
Yeah.
anything like that. That's totally
So
not
if
me.
somebody showed up to propose to you with a paper ring, you'd be...
Yeah,
totally
if
fine.
they had thought it out and it was like
Yes.
from their heart, yeah, of course.
You know, you have to be honest.
I am 100%.
when you're doing a podcast.
You
If
know
you're
what?
going to come on here and lie,
No,
I don't know that we
no.
can continue on.
You have said you're going to put me on the, lie detector test how many times?
I wish I had a
every
polygraph.
time I would absolutely do it. I 100%.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that
Now, do you believe this? Do you believe that she would not like a nice ring?
I don't think she doesn't
Hold
wear
your
a lot
hand
of
up.
jewelry.
Hold your hand up. Okay, there you go.
yeah, I have an amazing ring, but
But I
that's
have a
not
nice
even the
ring,
point.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I was given it. I didn't ask for it. I wasn't like, go buy me a big diamond.
No, but in today's time,
I swear it would not matter.
see, girls say
I didn't
that.
want to have a big wedding either.
Well, that's different. I think that's maybe a shyness thing.
No. It was a money thing.
Money thing.
Yeah, money
yeah,
thing.
money thing.
I would agree with
okay.
that.
But what I'm saying is I do think that it does matter because when the marriages are over, then you can pawn the ring for a lot.
No,
Well, most people don't go into marriage thinking that the marriage is going to fail.
Oh, don't they?
that's true.
Just the people around them think that it's going to
Make
fail.
sure I get a big ring so I can pawn it or cut it in half to make little diamond earrings or a pendant on a necklace.
Now,
when
you
this
know,
goes
darn,
south.
the guy does not get back the ring. That never happens.
It does.
I think it does happen.
No,
It does
no,
happen.
only if the girl's throwing it at him as he's going out the
No,
door.
it happens.
So you've had this happen.
It does happen.
You've had this happen.
Yes.
Okay, you gave back the ring.
Yes. It wasn't a big ring, though. It was a little ring.
Is that why you chose the person you did?
No.
He gave too small a ring.
She didn't care about the ring.
Ring
That's
size,
fine.
ring
The
size mattered.
No.
It doesn't.
It's about the sentiment.
You know, girls say that, but this is why jewelers are in business because they
Oh,
want.
I'm sure there's some people that if you buy the wrong ring.
When I got this ring, we hadn't even discussed rings. Not one time.
But
Not
this
once
isn't-
ever. One time. Never.
This isn't a personal affront.
No,
on
I
you.
understand, but whatever.
What'd you say? Or what was that?
And she's laughing. She gave me the face like, yes, it was.
I'm sure there
Did-
are
are you
girls
lying again?
that do care about the ring.
No! What would I have to lie about it for?
I'm sure there's actually guys that care about the ring because I'm sure there's some guys that would like want to buy the biggest ring or
Sure.
I guarantee there are guys out there that would be like, look at the ring I got that I
Right.
can afford. It's like an ego.
Okay, well, this is an interesting
thing.
thing. I didn't think we'd go in this direction, but this is fascinating because
Is this what Paper Rings is about?
this is what Paper Rings is
Oh,
about.
okay.
This is episode number 1.
She would marry him with paper rings.
Paper
Right.
Rings.
Uh-huh.
What's the other verse? It's an there's an interesting verse there. Something about the day we went from friends to this something.
Hold on.
There's something like that in the song.
Okay.
Yeah,
We need to know the words?
maybe.
Oh.
But the place I was going with that was a lot of people. The only time the guy cares about the ring is when he marries the girl, and she better have that ring on when she's going out to the bar or party without him, because it's like a.
But how do you know this? Is this your like personal feeling?
That's what I've seen in
But
life.
is this what you like feel like?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
So you don't need the ring.
I've never bought a ring.
Oh.
Never.
This will definitely be a topic for another podcast.
No, I've never bought a ring.
I know. I believe that. I believe that. Uh-huh.
What's wrong with that?
Oh, the looks I'm getting shot right now.
Why is that funny? I mean, no, I've never bought a ring. I hate to say that, but I haven't.
Oh, okay. Why not?
Because I don't believe in rings.
Oh.
So you'd be fine with a paper ring too?
I would be fine with no ring at all.
You wouldn't want to wear a ring. A lot of people
No, I
don't-
wouldn't wear a ring.
A lot
'Cause
of
I only wear a watch.
a
That's
lot
the
of
only thing I
people
have.
don't like to wear rings.
No, I wouldn't wear a ring. No, I don't like jewelry in
understandable.
general.
Even if you ever got married, you wouldn't wear a ring?
No,
Really?
Nope.
And you'd probably hide her and keep her a secret forever too?
probably.
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 A lot of guys don't wear rings. My mom didn't wear a wedding ring.
No. Why would anybody wear a ring? I mean, I don't like guys who wear the bracelets. I don't like guys who wear.
Why?
Jewelry is not a thing
Okay.
for me.
So why does that have to be a thing for anybody else?
You wear a watch.
A watch. I wear a watch.
That's jewelry.
That's it. Is it?
Yes.
A watch is jewelry?
Yeah.
I don't think that's right.
It's sold at a jewelry store.
No, it's not. Not this watch.
Okay.
This came from a different place. But that's why did everybody evade the question? The only time the guy wants the ring on the girl is when she's out in like public. So this is my thing. Don't mess around with my thing. I believe that's why people get engaged anyway.
I don't think so. No,
don't
I don't think so at all.
Oh, was it for love?
That they buy the ring.
Yeah, is that the real reason? I love you. Violins playing.
Well, the whole reason why you wear a ring on this finger, right, is because there's a vein that runs like from this finger all the way to your heart, or that was like the original like thought behind it. No, seriously, that was what it was.
What is that?
I swear, look it up.
I've
It was
never Googled
truly a thing.
No.
Yes, originally, I don't even know if it actually is a thing, but like back in the day when they made rings go on that finger was chosen because it was believed that there is a vein that runs from your ring finger all the way to your heart.
I thought there was a
Couldn't
vein.
make this up. Why would I make that up?
I thought there was a vein in that finger that went to
I'm
your
Googling
brain
it.
and it kinks it and shuts off the blood flow to your brain, and
that,
so you can
actually,
get
that
married.
probably does happen. That probably does happen.
I'm sure it does. So
I'm going to Google it because I didn't just make that up.
nobody's accusing you of making it up. All I'm
Your
saying.
face just accused me of making it
No,
up for sure.
I'm just saying that I have problems with what you just said. But it's fine.
You have problems with everything that I
Did
say.
anybody ever answer the question? Isn't it about marking territory for a
No.
guy?
No, I don't think it's about marketing.
It's not.
They might not say that, but it's true. Take that ring off. Pretend you're going to go out and take it off and purposely leave it in front of them and say, "Oh, you know what? I'm going out tonight." Pop, take the ring off and lay it down in
That's
front
just
of
like
them.
disrespectful. Like once
Why?
you have it and
If
put
it's
it
not
on,
about that,
I don't think it's about. No, you're missing the point.
what's the point?
I don't know, but not because it's a thing of taking it out. Once they
Well,
give it to you and you put it on your finger, you can't just take it off and leave it.
Tell me this. What is the point of an engagement ring in general? If you're going to get a wedding ring, and that's the ring of forever, why do you even have an engagement ring?
I don't know.
Because you're marking territory. You're saying, this is my intendant. This
Okay,
is the
so here it
person.
is. Here it is. The legend behind it, right? Long ago, it was believed the vein from the ring finger on the left hand was directly connected to the heart. This gave the ring and finger the name of being the love hand and finger, and was accepted place to wear wedding rings and later engagement rings. There.
No, tell me the difference between an engagement ring and a wedding ring.
One you wear before you get married?
Why?
Because
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know who came up with the engagement ring. Was it Jared?
That's right. It was.
he went to Jared.
It was. But that's the real reason behind it. Is you're saying
It was
this
probably
is
a marketing thing.
no. It's
Money.
Like Valentine's Day?
that is a marketing thing.
Right.
But it's that houseplants and Cadbury eggs. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. What would you like for
Stop.
Valentine's Day?
You
somebody
had
were going to go
so
out.
what's your perspective if you were engaged already and then the female buys their own diamond?
Well, that's fine.
Do you still think they're marking territory?
On themselves?
Well, like just by buying the diamond.
To say that they're engaged,
Like they picked out their own ring.
but you have to buy it?
Well, I mean, it's both of you buying it, but you picked it out.
She picks
it wasn't
it
like a
out.
big to do.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. If you wear it, I think it's marking territory. If the guy has some say in it at all, there's some territorial nature to that.
Yeah, personally, I like
It actually, now that I'm looking it up, it says it originated from a Roman custom, which wives wore rings attached to small keys indicating their husband's ownership.
Oh, that's a check
boy.
mark for me.
Yeah,
I think
that's
I
terrible.
should take off my ring.
Check mark for me.
I don't know about the whole ownership thing, but
Now this
I mean,
now I just want to let people. This is how all these conversations will go. I will say the truth. They will tell me I'm wrong for 10 minutes, and then we will look it up, and the truth will be out.
I don't think now it's about ownership.
I don't know. I'm sure for some guys it is. Mine
Your eyes, Scott, are just.
mine was not
This needs to be videoed.
a
I
big
need to
to-do engagement, though. It was very practical and
All I'm saying is my belief is that the whole thing is a little shaky. That's all.
well, we bought our rings off of Bill's his aunt that passed away, and now it kind of reminds me of her because she helped pick them out, like when we were at this jewelry
Aw.
store. So now it's like kind of sentimental to me, like she helped pick out our.
But that was many, many years ago.
I know.
Yeah.
She just passed away.
Oh, that is too bad.
Yeah.
That is sad. But sweet.
It's
Right.
nice that
Have
she
it,
was
yes.
able to do that. Now it's a memory of her,
Right. I
Right.
think of her a lot
Yeah.
when I'm looking at my rings now.
but she didn't before.
I mean, I didn't, but like I always knew she was the one that helped us
Well,
pick them
remem-
out. But
Remember when
now
it
I
used,
really like. Oh,
it used to be a thing.
it's more sentimental
Well-
because she.
Well, remember when you used to wear like grandma's wedding dress?
Yes.
And there was a family ring that was passed down for wedding rings and engagement rings. That used to be a thing.
I do think about that with my ring to pass it
Yeah.
down someday to
So that's not so
our
territorial.
youngest because I don't need to keep my diamond. Like I have my wedding band, so I like my wedding band.
I don't know what's going on over there. It's very worrisome going on over there.
I did wear my sister's wedding jewelry in my wedding.
Did you?
Yes.
Because it was important, sentimental.
Right.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah, I wore hers. So
So your feeling is you were wrong.
yeah, I didn't know the history of that. That's interesting.
Well, I've known
I don't
that.
know if now, like it said also that the tradition carried on because there's usually a long period between the engagement
Oh,
and
you've
the
got to have that.
wedding.
You've got to have because that's time to get out. That's called
But I
think
mean,
it over time.
that's the point of and that's the first ring. The engagement ring is first because there's a waiting period.
No, I think there are three
That's what
rings.
it said on the
Three-
internet. The
three
internet's
rings?
not wrong ever.
Isn't that right?
2.
3.
How are they?
Engagement ring, wedding ring, suffering.
Oh, stop.
That's how it works.
You, Scott.
Just this conversation gives me like hives.
I bet
can
it
see
does.
I mean,
that.
it really
can see
does.
that.
I can't take it. It's awful. I don't know why anybody would want to do this.
So, I mean, is this really why paper rings is paper rings?
I don't know. I didn't come up with that title.
I just like the song.
We just like that it had a lot of different meanings.
But it was a good conversation to have.
Sure.
We killed 20 minutes.
That's right.
What
That
we
wasn't
learned,
hard.
what we learned was I was right about rings. You guys were wrong, and it is a territorial thing.
I just still don't think it's territorial.
Whatever you think, but that's the way it is. It's
Now
territorial.
it's just more like tradition. Back in the day, it might have been territorial. Now it's just a thing.
Why do we have to continue on with traditions that don't mean anything?
I don't think we do, but so
Well,
break it.
Apparently, we do.
You don't.
No, I don't do that. No.
Okay,
No,
so
no.
then like I don't think everybody has to.
I'm not traditional.
There's people without engagement rings, I'm sure. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like because I'm fascinated for some odd reason with the whole royal family thing right now
Yeah.
with Meghan and Harry. Is it? Yeah.
Harry.
Who are living in Canada now and have.
And baby Archie.
Is that what the baby's name is?
Yeah.
Archie? Okay.
Yes.
I'm fascinated because they are on every tabloid, every magazine, you can't go to the grocery store or the department store without seeing these two. They're on Facebook all the time. They're on YouTube all the time. And I don't know, what is the fascination with these two people?
Well, I think the Royals are fascinating to some people anyway, I think.
Not before this. You didn't ever see them on the magazines like this.
The Royals
You
are
did.
always
No,
around.
no,
Yes,
no.
you just
only
didn't
when
miss
one of them.
generation.
Only when one of them had a thing.
No, and plus, like Harry married, an American.
Is that what it was?
Ish. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Okay.
And she's like
He's
biracial,
been
and I
in
mean, there's
tabloids a long time.
she was an
For
actress.
partying
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but see, that's a bad. That's
She's
a,
much older than him.
That's a cold prickly.
a cold prickly.
A cold prickly. You want warm fuzzies? That's a cold prickly.
Yeah, but they've always been a big thing. Like Diana was huge. She was in.
Why? Why did Diana finally because she was unhappy? She hated Charles. Charles had a mistress. Then she had people on the side. That's why Diana was in there.
But she also wasn't a royal prior to becoming a royal. There was no like weird.
No, she was something, wasn't she?
I don't think
don't
so.
know.
Because she
I
was
think
like
she
a
was.
nanny. She was like a nanny or something.
She was
before
a
that.
nanny?
I don't
Yeah.
think she was.
A nanny?
I swear, do you guys
She was a
not even pay
babysitter?
attention? She was a nanny. Google it.
Gosh, where did
oh
you
my
find
God.
her at? She was just
We're
babysitting
gonna
somebody?
have to do fact checks
Oh my
after
God.
our
Yeah,
podcast.
this is not good. Where did you hear she was a nanny?
It's for. Listen, I could not make this up. It was.
Yeah,
like a
you
thing.
did.
Okay, no, I didn't. Watch it. Listen, are you Googling?
Yeah,
She was not a nanny.
I'm looking.
What made you
Oh,
think
she wasn't a nanny.
for who?
Diana spent time
See,
working
I
as a
told
nanny
you.
for the Robertsons, an American family living in London. I guess we should have.
So why do you always think that I
Believe
make stuff
that.
up?
But she did have a title though, didn't she?
No, I don't think that she did.
Maybe they gave her the title. I bet.
She was a duchess.
like Megan got the
No,
title.
she was not a duchess
yes,
prior.
she was. She was something. I know she was. Like, what was she?
Really? Just like you knew she was a nanny?
The Princess of Wales. That's what she was.
That's what she was after she got married.
Well, that doesn't
Just like
matter.
she's the Duchess of Sussex. Is
Yeah,
that-
Yes.
Duchess of Sussex.
That's Megan.
That's
yeah. What does that mean?
But
And
she wasn't
Duchess
that
of
before. They
Cambridge.
gave them that title.
But she's not that anymore now because when they left, the Queen said, "You're done.
they had to give those up.
You have to give these titles up. You got to give all your money up and all your titles up."
Right, they left. Peace
So
out.
why do you think
Peace
they
out.
left? That's the interesting thing. Why did they leave? That's never happened before in the history.
To be happy?
Well,
Maybe
why
they
can't you
cared
be
more
happy?
about happiness than security.
I think there's a lot of pressure, right?
mean, like-
Being a-
Doesn't security bring happiness?
Not always. If you're constricted, like
I think
if you can't
financially they're
live
going to
the
be
way
just
you
fine.
want to
right?
live.
They couldn't go anywhere without just. I mean,
I
don't know.
would not want my life under a microscope.
Oh,
the time.
well then, a good way to do that is to leave the royal family and end up on every tabloid
know.
in the world.
But it will die down eventually, right?
I don't know.
I
I don't think I'd give
think
up being a princess. I'm pretty sure I was like meant to be a princess in the first place.
That marriage is not going to last. I hate to say
I don't know.
that.
I think Diana was ready to
hopefully
leave
he
it.
doesn't have a lot of resentment after.
He
right.
does. I bet he
Right.
does. He's not showing it now, but here's what happened. This is the conversation that happened. That Megan, she went up to him and she said, "Listen,
That
Harry."
Megan.
Yeah, because she was a little fishy.
Do
Have
you know her?
Her family?
I don't think that Harry's mad that he left the royal family. I think
He will
was,
be. He's
he
not
wasn't,
now,
though.
but he
he's
will-
a little rebel anyway.
Have
No.
you not watched any of the Netflix?
He was
or
ready to, like,
Disney
get out.
movies
No, here's what-
or
no.
where they leave the royal family and they live happily ever after?
Here's what happened. She was getting all these pictures snapped of her, and she didn't like it. And she went to him and said, "I got to get out." And he said, "Okay, well, I love you,
Well,
blah
it
blah
is
blah."
creepy. If those guys didn't have a camera, that's creepy.
But so he says,
Guys.
"I'll leave for you." And so now he did it. But when the money stops coming and people don't care about him anymore, and he's not the bad
no,
boy
the
anymore,
queen is still going to fund them. There's like a thing there. She was like telling
Or-
them how much she's going to give them. So
she's not happy though. You don't
No.
want to tick off grandma
I
when
agree.
she's
Maybe she, like, do you know?
the queen's mad. Oh,
She's not
she
happy?
stripped him. She's the one. She could have left the titles with
I
him.
know. I think they had
but
to
she
be stripped of
them.
their titles because they're not fulfilling the royal duties all the time now.
The
They step down
queen-
from their royal duties.
The queen makes that decision, and that's his grandmother, and she wouldn't even let him keep the titles.
Well, maybe her ego wouldn't let him do that.
No, because she said, don't you remember right before Christmas there was a story that they were not even going to show up at her house for the big Christmas party?
Well, we have no idea really
There's
what happened.
friction there.
I mean,
Friction.
There probably is, but I mean, you know,
And the queen hated Diana. We know about that. She never liked her. And I don't think the queen likes a whole lot of people, to be honest with you,
except her little handbag.
except her
little purse.
handbag and her little hats. And
Those
all
are supposed to be like symbol, like where she
That's-
places the handbag,
Right, that's
and like
like-
on her. Yes,
it signals her
it
security
signals
team.
things.
So if it's like in front
When
of
she's
her,
done eating.
She's got 80 bazillion guards around her. She needs to signal with her handbag.
Yes,
and yeah, and Scott, you say
She
you
always
like
has it.
the royals are fascinating you, but you know nothing of what we're talking about.
No, they fascinate me because I literally the other night I was in the checkout line and I thought, okay, I'm going to find a magazine that's not covering the royals because every tabloid had their picture on, like all 4 of the tabloids that are there. And I thought, okay, well, People Magazine's not. Bam, up at the top, they're on People Magazine. Us Weekly, whoop, they're right in the corner of Us Weekly. They're on everything.
I think-
everything.
Did you watch the wedding?
No, why would I do
I
that?
did. I caught.
I
I caught
did.
part of it. Yeah, I
No.
didn't watch the whole thing.
I watched it too.
Why?
Because
No, I remember this. I
The
remember.
wedding?
I
I
remember
don't know.
leading up to the wedding.
I watched
I watched
Prince
everybody
Williams
arrive.
too, right? And Prince Williams too. I think
Yes.
it's a bigger deal. She's on all these American magazines because she was an actress here. Like I think it's a bigger deal here because she's like
I interviewed somebody
a
who
home
knew
girl.
her.
Yeah.
They said she
Yeah.
was okay. But I'm just fascinated on why we're so fascinated with them because obviously they're moving magazines. They're on every cover.
I think because she's from here.
I mean, I hate to say it. Kobe Bryant dies. He didn't make every cover.
They have a whole SI.
Right,
that's gonna
right.
be
But it's
a tribute to him.
But it's a thing.
He
You
was
know,
on a
it's
lot though. He was on a lot.
Not like them, and continuously, weekly, every week.
Well, tabloids. I mean, who buys the tabloids? Older
You-
people.
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. They move things, or people wouldn't be talking about them.
I mean, I think an older crowd buys the tabloids.
I can't tell you the last time I bought a magazine.
Right.
Honestly,
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but you're fascinated by them. You got up
So
and watched the wedding.
Older people aren't
I
going
mean, I
to be
didn't get up at
fascinated
4
by
a.m. and
Kobe
watch
Bryant.
it.
Did you?
I didn't get up that early. I just caught it when it was on.
The
But I
ol-
did watch most of it.
Right.
What wasn't her father like trying to sell T-shirts or something? And then the Queen's put a stop to that. She's, "You're not even coming to this wedding. You stay home."
Yeah, I think
I
her
mean-
dad had a lot of unfavorable things to say.
I watched what's her face, Kate. Is it Kate? Catherine.
Oh, now I like
Whatever it
her.
is.
Now
With
she's
all the
married to
kids.
William's
wife.
She'll be the queen one day. Now she'll be
No, because I think even
no, she won't be the queen. But what do they call that when he becomes king? Because he'll be king, and she'll be what?
I don't know.
not
Baggage.
the queen though. Yeah,
She'll be
She's just
baggage.
She's not the queen though, right?
Well, that's
Princess. She'll
another
be the
reason.
princess.
I mean, he's never going to be king.
Who?
Harry.
No, he wouldn't. And so this whole
So-
thing of leaving is like a bunch of baloney anyway. What do you
Right.
really give up?
He's always been kind of rebellious.
But is
That's
that
what I'm thinking.
rebellious?
I think he doesn't. I don't think he's into it. I think he's more like his mom. His mom was ready to get away from the royal family. I think he is.
it says
Really?
he was worried.
She absolutely
about,
was. Yeah,
No, she was that Diana. Oh,
she
come
was
on.
away from the royals. to
She
begin
loved
with.
it. She never saw a camera she didn't like.
Oh my gosh.
She was always in front, writing books and hanging out with all
I
kinds
mean,
of.
maybe he really is worried about his wife and child. With
Right, his mom
Well, this
died
wasn't
that
what
way.
the-
always in her face. I would hate that.
So I went to Canada.
People in
Because we're all
Canada
safe in
are nice,
Canada.
She's
eh?
from Canada.
Right. She lived in Canada
Megan-
when
So
she
you know who
Aliens.
made that decision? See, there we go. She's leading him
where
around
else
by
are
the
they gonna-
nose.
where else are they going to go? She's going to go around her family
I'd go
for
to
a while.
Switzerland. There's nothing going on in Switzerland.
But then they can work as actors. She's going to go back.
He's
to
going to
being
be an actor?
They were talking about doing like voiceover stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's no.
It was on.
No, that's like when what's her name? Remember when she did the weight loss commercials?
Who?
Sarah, Duchess of York.
Yes.
Yes, I do
See,
remember that.
Boy, that was ugly.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Weight
out.
Watchers. You got the royal family doing Weight Watchers
Yeah, that's
commercials.
Isn't Oprah in charge of Weight Watchers?
Maybe now.
She's on Weight Watchers.
All I'm saying is we apparently don't know why the royals are fascinating. That's what we've learned. We don't know why. But they are.
I think it's because we don't have royals here, right? I mean, you know.
Is that it?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, give it a little time. We probably will. Now,
Yeah.
the next subject, which I think is fascinating, is
Here we go.
this is what a moderator does. Keeps it moving.
Uh-huh.
Now, because I think this is important, because one of the did anybody give the real theme behind this podcast?
Who deemed you moderator again?
Me.
Scott.
Me. Because I control the yeah.
Yellow notepad.
the yellow white. You thought that was yellow?
It was yellow earlier.
That's
I'm
white.
just going by
No, because
your texter finger.
my texter finger. See, this is the problem.
You've got a busy first finger.
This is the problem. Well, I can't put a ring on that finger because I'm too busy texting with it. That would get in the way.
Wrong finger.
Not really. But the thing is here, it was explained to me at one point that the point of this podcast is because we're all in different places. You said that.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
we totally
so,
are.
But why don't you explain to people what that means? Because if I explain it, you'll say I'm rude and I'm
You're-
explaining it wrong.
well,
no, don't
because-
start with
Because
me.
you're the
Yes,
same
don't
age
start
as
with
us,
me.
regardless
We're-
of how much you want to.
Right, we're all
Like
similar
that.
to being the same age, but you're like commitment phobe. Like,
Now, see, now there you go. Hey, start with somebody else.
Nah, you started with me.
Now, go ahead.
What's that?
You.
Me?
Yeah, and signals on radio. Go ahead.
That's the
Michelle's
10.
married. She's been married for a long time. We're all close to the same age.
How long
right?
have you been married? 20?
No, I've
15?
been together about 20.
Married 15.
Married almost 15.
All right. So, and I'm what?
You're unmarried.
Oh, let's hear-
have
You're
no
single.
desire to get married.
You
You're
got
single,
that
but-
right.
Yeah, but don't want to get married.
Nope. Now, let me hear you explain yourself, because I'm going to have to jump in
Right.
on this one. Go ahead.
What
stage are you
I've
at?
been married.
So we've
I've
got,
been married.
So we've
yes,
got the
I've-
never
I've-
married, and we've got the married for a long time, and then we've got
I've been married one.
uh-huh.
Yeah, right.
Dive a little deeper.
God, I wish this was not on air live.
This is on the air live right now.
so I can't even use the words with you I would like to.
Well, that'll be podcast number 2.
Right, it will be.
Oh, come on, you can't. You called me
Podcast number
commitment
2.
probation.
We'll be a little more
You can't put
colorful.
me on this. Like, I'm currently engaged. I've been married previously. Like, what? I mean, what do you want? Like, what do you want from me? You want to use the word, Scott?
Yeah, use it.
What?
Go ahead. Use it.
No.
Use it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I like that word.
Oh, the word
No.
she used the
yeah.
other day.
Yeah. Go ahead. Do it.
No.
Well, come on. put up or shut up. People want to hear it.
What is the word? I've been married before
Say the word.
I'm not saying it.
Why can't you say the word?
because I learned it when I was in college, and it's a real thing. What, Scott?
Say the word. It's not a bad word. You can say it over the air.
Serial marrier?
Serial marrier.
Yes.
Now-
That's like serial murderer.
Now, folks at home, write this down. Get a pen and
It is
paper.
a term. Like, am I going to
Serial marrier.
Because listen,
Serial marrier.
here it is. Hold on a second.
I mean, Ross from Friends is likable, and he got married 3 times on the show.
He's a serial marrier.
That was his thing.
You getting married
Yep.
and getting divorced.
Oh, good Lord.
And getting divorced.
So this podcast is made up of a person married a long time with no divorces,
Right.
a person never married with no divorces,
Like,
and
why,
then
why are we going to bring this up? Like, why are we going to say it like that?
I'm just telling the truth. I mean, I got to be honest. You got to be
Right.
honest with a podcasting live audience like this. You can't be phony. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with being married 3 times?
Well, nothing's wrong with it.
Did we say 3 times?
She's only been
I
married
I've been
understand.
married twice.
Twice.
Oh, but
Yeah.
it's coming up.
So
The trifecta.
I don't
You
think
were-
there's a plan yet.
you
is
are
there?
so difficult.
I'm just telling the truth.
I don't think there's a plan.
You're like, yeah, serial marrier, Scott.
Go ahead.
What about it? I googled it, but
Go ahead. What's the definition of serial marrier?
I don't know.
I bet your picture's right there.
it's right next to it. Actually,
Right next to it, yeah.
Huh.
Go ahead.
That's weird. Hold on a second. It was a thing in my whatever it was in college. It was like a relationships class or something.
Did you miss that class? Were you sick a lot?
No, I was definitely present.
Obviously.
Is
Go ahead.
serial marriage a problem? I don't know. Is this? It's not that. What's not what I
Anyway, we know
asked.
what it means. It means you keep getting married over and over and over, but that's okay.
I think it was. If I remember the definition correctly, when you're married more than 3 times, you're considered a serial marrier.
So you're about to hit serial
But that's
marriage.
not more. No, it's more than 3 times, right?
When you say equal or more than, yeah, oh yeah. Oh, so you're saying you have to be married 4 times to be a serial marrier?
Maybe I didn't write the
No.
definition.
You called yourself a serial marrier.
I
the other
absolutely
day.
did not call myself a serial marrier.
I thought you did. Well, so anyway, these are the descriptions that we have. We have married a long time, never married, and serial marrier.
Okay.
So, based upon that, let's have a topic, and we'll give opinions from different perspectives. There you
Right.
go.
Exactly.
So, what's your topic?
Mine?
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want to know?
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know.
We need a topic.
We were supposed to come up with that.
Aren't you the
gotta-
moderator?
oh, sure, I can pick. Every time I pick, you say I'm the moderator, and then I throw something out there. Then oh my gosh, why'd you say that? Why'd we go on there? Why'd you bring that up?
But you didn't tell us we were supposed to come up with topics like something, like each of us come up with something. We brainstormed a few times, right?
Right. And what did we come up with? We had an interesting discussion today. I thought this is good because this is affecting people all over. If you get divorced, or if you're single, I guess you don't even have to be divorced. If you're single, can you be in another relationship if you have kids? That was the discussion we had today.
What do you mean? Can you be in a relationship if you have kids? If you're single,
Right. Can you get... That's what we had. Wasn't that the discussion we had?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It was about kids, like blending kids.
But, like, if you are a single person and you have kids from a previous relationship, would that be a deal breaker going into a new relationship?
no. Why would it be? Why would it be? Just because it's complicated?
Yes.
Everything's complicated.
My opinion on this one is, as much as you find it hard to believe, I know you will, I agree with you. I don't think it
He
is
does.
hard.
He agrees with
I
you.
agree with you. I think that is not a deal breaker.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard. It's gonna
Just
be
because
hard.
I agreed with you, now you got to shake it up a little bit.
No. Oh my gosh.
Because you said that you've been in that situation.
I have been.
But you don't have your own kids.
Right,
So
and
it's
it made it
different
easy for me.
If
Yeah,
the
I
person
see
doesn't
that.
have their own kids.
Because you
when you're
said-
taking two sets with their own kids, I think it's more complicated.
But you said no guy could ever feel toward somebody else's kids like the parent does. And I don't think that's true, because if you don't have kids, you don't have that conflict. Because you're not trying to put your own kids first, and you're not showing any preferential treatment, and you don't have any ex-person who is involved in their life, so you don't have to split your interest in those kids.
I think there's so many factors that go into it.
Yeah.
Like when you meet the kid, how old the kid is at the time.
You know, I don't know.
I mean, I would think
But
that
that
the
shouldn't-
younger the kid is, you would be more
but
attached.
But the problem
than as
was,
if you meet them when they're older.
but where this conversation came from was, you know, relationships can never happen because this is always going to be an issue. And I said, no, that doesn't always have to be an issue.
Well, I think it's your choice whether you want to deal with it or not.
Maybe.
Right. No, I think no, she's right. It would be your choice. But you think it would be a deal breaker.
Yes.
Michelle.
It would be hard.
Yeah.
If someone else had kids?
Oh, I like this.
No, not if someone else had kids. Like I said, it's hard to think about. Like imagine someone actually liking my kids as much as I like my. Like it's hard to think about someone living with someone where there's a really good chance they don't like your kids as much as you like your kids. They're never. You know what I
You're the
mean?
mom. No one's gonna like your
Right.
kids as much as you like your kids.
Right.
But people
that's
can
my
still be
point.
good to your kids, and that's all
Right,
you really
but that's
need,
still hard.
right? You still just need someone who's gonna like be good to your kids and be a
But
good
if
person.
they have their own kids, 100% they're going to probably choose their own kids.
well, why do they have to make a choice? I mean, when
No,
the
I
choice
mean if
comes
it came down to it.
Well, of course,
That's hard.
of course.
Like that's hard to deal with.
But it doesn't have to be like a choice. Like they can still like your kids as long as they're a positive influence on your kids. They're a
right.
good person, right?
Yeah.
That's not what you were saying earlier, but
No, I
okay.
was just saying I have a hard time like thinking about it in those terms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She knows what I mean.
No, I
It's
don't.
hard to think about.
It's hard to imagine anyway.
What's
Right.
hard to imagine?
When you have kids with somebody and then someone, it's just weird to think about.
I think mine's different. I'm just my kids are with me all the time, so they're, they don't like.
Well, nobody's making a judgment here. All we're saying is that if somebody wants to get in a relationship after a relationship has ended, I don't think kids being a part of it should be the deal breaker of I'm going to shut down to everybody else in the world because I have kids. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, no. Right. I'm just saying your kids are definitely a big factor in it, though, when they're
Well, yeah,
younger.
the person's got to like your kids,
Right.
but I'm not. But what would make you think that they wouldn't?
Right. That's true. Why would you think they wouldn't like your kids?
No, nothing against my kids.
No, I'm meaning like your kids. I don't mean.
No, I
your
said like
kids.
it's hard to think of somebody to have someone else live with you that doesn't like they don't
They don't
like
have
your,
another attachment to your kids otherwise.
right.
there's
Like
no
they don't
actual
like
attachment.
your kids. Right. That's weird for me to think about.
I suppose so.
Right.
So, do you have that issue?
No.
Okay. Well, how did you get over it?
Get over what?
You never had that issue.
No.
It was never a worry.
That somebody wasn't going to like my kids?
Yeah.
Well, if they didn't
No,
like
that
my kids,
that a
then-
person you were getting involved with, who was not the father of your kids, might not like them or be there for them as much as you would.
Well, of course they're not going to be there as much as, like, they're my kids.
Right, but is that a reason not to get involved with them? That's the question.
I don't know. I think like, for me, I just have to make certain decisions on what's acceptable and what's not. Right?
Well, I think
mean, like,
everybody does. But is it a deal breaker? See, that's the
Your
question.
Kids are always going to be your number one priority.
Well, it should
above
be.
all
Absolutely.
else. I mean, my kids are number one.
100%. But should you say, if you're a single person who has kids, I am never going to be in another relationship because I have kids,
No.
and that's going to be a problem.
No, I don't think you
that's
should.
what I
don't.
said.
Oh, there was another person standing there when this conversation was happening.
I don't think that it should be such a hard and fast. If you don't know, like, of course, it would be hard for her to imagine that. That's not where she's at.
Well, these are all hypotheticals. I'm
course
just
it's
saying.
So until you're in
that-
the position, I think it's hard to say.
How can you predict what you feel? I don't understand that. You know, I don't.
I think she phrased it maybe like, I can't imagine. You know,
How do you know? You were not there. I was there.
I was just getting bullied by two people.
I guess he's
No,
like,
that's
looking
not
at
true
me.
at all. That's not. I didn't even start that conversation. Did I start that
I
conversation?
don't even know.
No. No, I just think it's an interesting topic because a lot of people have kids now, and there were a lot of divorces. And it's interesting because kids do play a factor. And I realize this because most of the people that I have dated in my life had kids.
Right. As we get older, the more people we date. You know,
Right.
if
So,
you're dating when
but
you're older.
it never occurred to me that that was an issue.
But you don't have kids.
Right. But it never occurred to me with them that, I mean, obviously, if I said I hate your kids, I could see where it would have been an issue. But it never occurred to me that I couldn't. That I was being
Like,
judged
the
because of the
other-
kids.
It's just, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm just saying, like, if you have
She
kids
can't
and they
picture
have
it.
kids, I can't explain.
But what if you like them? See, that's the problem. Obviously, you're not going to be around somebody you don't like. So you meet somebody, you like them, you go out on a couple
So
dates.
what happens if you like the person, but their kid drives you crazy? Like,
Well, you
That's
have
like-
6 or 7 dates and then you get out of there.
it's never right. It's never gonna work if
Well,
you
you're
don't
gonna
like
you're
their
gonna have
kid.
to figure that out. That would be
Right.
that would be for
but
you.
it won't work. It's not fair towards them either. Like if you don't like their, you know what? If their kid drives you nuts,
Well, you got to tell them that.
But yeah, right. Are you gonna just say that your kid drives me crazy, or have to decide how much you can
mean-
take and how much you can't?
yeah. We don't like OPKs. Other people's kids.
No, it was funny because
Oh my lord.
no,
just joking.
getting in these relationships over the years, I never understood. It would have never have occurred to me that the girl was thinking, because he doesn't have kids or because I have kids, that this might be a problem. Never
Oh
occurred
yeah.
to me,
Why? Well, that's good. I mean, that's good. That is. It would.
and it never did.
It occurs to me though. It would
But it
occur
never
to me.
did
It
to
did
me.
occur to me.
Well,
Of course it did.
No,
But you don't have kids going
You don't
into
have
it.
kids.
I think if I like having kids going into it and dating again, it's a huge concern.
what? Say that again.
Like
What'd
having
you say?
kids and like dating, going into dating
Right.
again. Like
You've
I was,
done that.
right? So that's a huge concern. For you, it's not a concern because you don't have kids. So you.
No, I'm not saying it's a concern for me. I mean, I like the kids. I'm just saying what I don't understand is when it wouldn't occur to me that the other person who likes me is judging me on the basis of I don't like their kids as much as they do.
That'd be major.
No, if I hate their kids, yeah, but not that just I'm not their I'm not their father. So I can't be their father, but I can like them.
I agree.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Scott, are you sweating?
That is a weird thing to think
It's a
about.
really hard topic, isn't it?
Not having kids, I would imagine, is really hard to think
No,
about.
it wasn't. It never was.
It's hard to think about for you, though. You
Not
said
really.
you can't imagine someone judging you on the way you like their kids, but you don't have kids. So you can, I see that.
No, I can't believe if you like me already. Okay, if it's a girl and she likes me and we're already dating, the fact that I would be based upon just strictly that I'm not the father of her kids, because that's what we're not talking about. If I hate the kids, yeah, that's a big issue. If I'm telling her to put me first over the kids, yeah, that's a big issue. But just because I'm not the father of the kid, I'm being judged. I think
Oh,
that's
no,
strange.
I don't think that.
Well, that's where this conversation was.
Oh. What? You don't know. No, she doesn't know.
But that's true. Well, I mean, that's all I'm saying. That to me would have been unbelievable, because these kids that I was around, I still have a good relationship with them. But they never called me dad or anything. I mean, we didn't have that type of relationship.
That's not necessary.
No.
No. See?
No, you don't want anything like that.
Scott, are you sweating more?
I just would not. That's
What if they wanted to call you dad?
no.
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 See?
No.
See?
Now, there's my deal breaker.
So
That's when
you
we
didn't
break
like
the
the
deal.
kids well enough to let them call you dad.
No, because they had a dad, and I know that if I was a dad, I probably wouldn't like that.
I mean, there's lots of... I don't
Why
know.
start a fight where there doesn't have to be one?
No, I don't disagree with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need anybody to call me dad.
I think, like, though, kids that I do know, I have friends that, I mean, she was around, long story, but from almost the beginning of this little girl's life, and I mean, she definitely called her mom and her mom. Like, both of them mom.
Well, I had that. I mean, I had that.
I mean, so it depends on the situation.
My,
I'm
And the
fine with it.
age of the kids.
my ex-husband's
and-
daughter still calls me mom.
But I would,
Right. There's
as
all-
long as the
so
child knows who the mother is and who the mother is not.
And her mom was totally fine with it. It wasn't a secret. I mean, it wasn't weird.
Listen, it's everybody. It's subjective.
Right.
I'm just saying, for me, that would not work.
And it was super uncomfortable in the beginning. I'm not going to lie.
There you go.
It was. And I even
Yeah.
had a conversation with her mom. I'm like, this is super uncomfortable. She's like, it's fine.
Yeah, but see,
But
to
it was
me,
weird.
no. If the
and
father,
she was small.
She was 4.
Yeah.
it's just strange to me. But that's okay, because everybody, the different opinions make the world go round,
Something
and that's
like
kind of well. See, that's where we all kind of disagree on that one, and maybe that's because of the perspective of where everybody is.
Well, that's true.
Right. But I do think that it is a mistake to say you can't ever be around somebody else in your life if you really like them. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think that'd be a mistake too.
If kids are in the picture. That's all. Mother, father, whatever. It's not like they're never going to see the father again, for goodness sakes. They're going to see the father. They know who their father is. This is just somebody else coming into the picture who likes the mother, who maybe treats the mother well, and has a good time.
And has a good time.
And has a good time. Because I have been in this position, and it's not an awful position.
And it's very important for kids to see their parents happy.
Right. Better than miserable.
Absolutely.
Now, we still have got 15 minutes left here.
Yes. Why are you pointing at me?
Well, because that was a good topic. Because I think that's an important one that people really have to take heed of. Now, based upon the 13 minutes we have left, I think this is interesting. What makes a good... Because this is the topic we're on now. And Valentine's Day is coming up.
Oh, gosh.
What's 7 days away now from the taping of this?
Yeah?
Yeah, 7
1
days
week.
away. What makes a good life partner?
Oh, gosh.
What are the qualities that make a good life partner? For those people listening who maybe are not together with anybody, who maybe are with the wrong person.
You literally are asking me for advice on this one?
Well, I assume we have to hear the bad advice before we can hear the good.
Right. I mean, let's just... Maybe I should Google that too.
Well, what, because let me ask you this, because this is an honest question. You're 3 men.
Oh my God, like, jeez. Like, can we not?
I just want to ask you this. You're 3 men.
I quit. I quit the podcast.
Do they?
We're storming out now.
No, was that bad?
No, I just threw my headphones down. I'm running out of here.
3? You're 3.
You're 3 men.
You're 3
Like,
men.
seriously, it's like, what the... we need to not be on live air. Like, honestly.
Hey, listen. I'm just asking.
No one's listening to this.
You're 3. You're 3 men. Did they ever have a similar trait? Is there one trait that goes through all of them?
No, honestly, they're super different. They were super different.
Okay.
Actually,
That was it.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Okay, that's
no,
it.
really, that's what you were going
That's
for
what I was
right
gonna
there.
ask.
Oh, boy.
What's
What'd
the
you think I
common
was-
link between the 3 of them? Or
I just
something?
wanted to, because you're the only commonality in those 3 men is you. So when you chose them, because you have to have some choosing skills here.
Maybe they chose me. I don't know.
Well,
Eh.
what would be the common link? What would be the common link that? Because there has to be something. They can't all be night and day.
They're really very different.
Okay,
I mean, my first husband was like the high school sweetheart, kind of thing.
but I'm saying, do they have common traits? Do they
right.
have
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think there's anything
Outgoing?
similar.
outgoing,
No.
smart? Go ahead and say no. That's
Well, I mean, like, okay.
yeah. That's
Moving
all.
on.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, the like
Witty.
Witty, sarcastic,
No, they're not witty. I mean,
What?
like the travel. What, do they have any
Why do
similarity?
you like
the 3 of them, like, I was like going off the first 2. I thought you were like talking about like what
Why are we not talking
You
about?
said bad advice. Like, what went wrong?
No, I did not say that.
Oh my gosh, you have to go through the bad advice first. That's why you're asking
said
me.
what common trait, good trait that made you want to be with these people ran through all 3.
I don't know.
Okay, that was the question.
I don't know if I boil it down like that.
Well, think it over, and we'll come back to you
Ugh.
for Final Jeopardy.
Ugh.
Michelle, what makes a good mate for somebody who's been with a mate
mate.
for 15 years,
a mate?
20 years?
Oh boy. I would say communication.
That's number one.
That definitely needs to be
Someone
number
you can
one.
talk with, and
Talk about what though? Because people like to talk.
Anything.
Like
Right.
some people like to talk about sports. Some people like to talk about books. Some
Anything
people
they want, because even if it's not important to you necessarily, if it's important to them, it's somewhat important to you because it's important to them.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah.
So, have you come to the defining trait that runs through all three?
no.
What it makes a good guy for you? There, I'll boil it down.
I don't know, just someone I can talk to, laugh with, have a good time with. I don't know what I don't.
So
I mean,
that's a
there's
common
like
thread that ran through all three at one point.
Well, sure, at one point. I mean, but like that's a generic trait. I thought you're looking like for something that I can say, like as a type or
Like
something.
what? They all like Lucky Charms cereal? I don't know
Like
what you're
a
talking
type
about.
or something. When you say who's your type or something, like I don't know.
Do you have a
that-
type?
No, obviously not. I think they're very different.
Okay. Do you have a type?
Gosh, I've been married a really long time. Probably.
You do?
I probably had a type.
Well, it's interesting because these topics are things people don't discuss, and this is good to discuss them because this will help people. That's the point.
This will help people.
Sure.
Discussing what the common trait is with the three men that I've married.
Well, yeah,
Well, I
because
think thinking what's important to them and it's important to you is important.
because I know when people are
That's
young.
a good piece of advice.
That's good.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
when people are young, what's important is not exactly what's important midlife, is not exactly important when you're old.
That's 100% true.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why things
mean-
don't work out.
There's a lot of things, though, I don't know, you can think it's silly that your spouse is doing, but you can see it's clearly not to them, so you need to support it because that's supporting them.
You have to support them. I always thought that was an important
You need
one.
to support them.
Yes, even if you think they're totally wrong, don't tell them that.
Right. And there have been times, I'm sure, I've been 19 years now, so definitely where I look back and I'm like, oops, I probably shouldn't have been like, not supportive of that. Like, I should have probably been like, hold your tongue.
Supportive's a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Now, have you always been supportive?
Sure. I mean,
think-
in what ways? Supportive of what?
I mean, well, everybody has a different love language.
Well, what?
The-
A love language?
Have
What
you
is
never
that?
read The 5 Love Languages?
I have not.
No,
No.
what is that?
Boy. There's love languages. Everybody has a different love language.
Like,
there's
what's
5
a
different
love
ones.
language?
There's like affirmation,
Oh, okay.
physical.
Right. That's when people are really young.
Mhm.
No, no. Listen.
There's going like the person that wants to do for the other person, like get you this, do that.
Like a nurse.
No, like buys you. They're
Oh.
like does things for you, like gets the car washed, or
Oh, what's
that's
that?
how they
what's
show
that one?
in their actions.
I like that one. What's that language?
Yeah, that's what Scott's language is on
Yeah,
a
what is
daily
that?
basis. If
What
you
is
give
that?
me stuff, I love you.
Yeah.
What is that? That's
it. I like that
let me
one.
look them up. Let me
Sure.
look up
That's
the 5
called
love
needy.
languages. I listened
It's
to
called it's called needy,
there's
high
people
maintenance.
that people want quality time.
Quality
That's
time.
one.
Sure.
Quality time people,
Right.
and then there's people that want presents, gifts.
Yeah.
That's you.
No.
Yes.
No. I like to give gifts.
What?
Yeah, I'm a big gifter.
Nah. No, that's not even true.
Well,
You are so high maintenance. It's like, maybe it's not gifts. It's just food,
is it?
Okay.
food and drink.
It's words of affirmation, acts of service. That's like will you go wash my car or
Oh,
bring
All
like
right.
that kind of thing.
What's the acts of service?
Acts of service.
Receiving
That's my love
gifts,
language.
That is his
Acts
love
of
language for
service.
sure.
quality
Perfect.
time.
What can you do for me?
And physical touch. Those are people's 5 love languages.
So
have
what
you
if
ever
you-
read this book? I
So,
have.
so if you don't have
No.
the same love language as somebody else, are you in
need to
trouble?
Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of people don't recognize that people have like 1 to 2 more prominent love languages than the other, like say 3, because there's 5. So if you're not doing that, the person feels neglected.
If
like
somebody-
if you're not,
I think that's true. I got
was
that. I
never
got- yeah.
into. I think like my husband gives off like he doesn't. It's fine. Like it's good, but I think he likes when you say thank you. Like but I never was I would thank them, but not be like, oh, thanks for doing that. I really appreciate it. Like, I wouldn't come out and say that completely. But
Now, see, if somebody did this acts of service, I would overlook the other 4.
like the acts of service, like he could care less if I do anything for
Oh, I
him.
care.
That's what I mean. Like he's very independent in that perspective.
Well, independence, okay.
Like if I'm like, do you need anything? Do you need me to go to the store? Like no. But I think he likes thank yous.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
You
good.
know, like everybody.
So what's your love language?
I would say I definitely like quality time.
Quality time.
That's a big one.
Okay, so you're quality time, and I'm acts of service. What are you?
I think quality time as well.
I think you like receiving gifts too.
Yeah, that's
Well, I
acts
thought-
of
wasn't
service,
that acts of
right?
service?
No, receiving gifts and acts of service is two different
Well,
things.
what's the difference?
Like gifts is people just buying you stuff.
Oh, put that
yeah,
down.
that's him
That's a
too.
language.
There's 2 of
Yeah,
your
I'll take that
5
one.
love languages.
Like I think
Sure.
acts of service is like if you
Who needs the rest when you have those 2?
you know like you say something's broken and then the person fixes it, like that's their they fix it for you. That's kind of like one of the acts of service.
Oh, so it's actually like,
It's like they're doing stuff for you.
I don't think it means you have to do anything, Scott.
oh, okay. Well, then I'm okay
right,
with it.
right.
Like
Yeah.
I know people that I definitely know a couple people that receiving gifts is their love language.
But what's wrong with that?
No, it's not. I used to be
It's a
like, why do
language.
they need?
I think there's
used
a lot wrong with that.
I honestly, though, used to be like, why do they need a gift? Like, I don't understand. But that's their love language. That's how they.
They're thirsty.
That's how you could literally tell this person that I know, like, I love you. I think you're great. But if you don't buy them a gift, they don't think you care.
Oh, that's not me.
About
no,
them.
no, that's wrong then. I just like free stuff.
So yours is probably acts of service.
Probably
Not
because
getting gifts.
yeah, I don't care about the gifts. I like gifts, but
But their like feelings are really hurt if you wouldn't get them a gift. Like it's how they
Oh,
they
no,
like
no,
to
no.
get things.
My
Like
feelings
me,
would-
I could care less if I get a gift. I don't care.
no, I don't care about the
I'm
gifts.
like listening to this, Scott. I'm just not sure about that.
I'm a quality time person.
I would do quality time too, but
And
I
I
just
like
knowing
a hug. Like I'm a physical
Right.
touch.
Oh.
Physical touch is one, and I definitely.
we know Scott's not physical touch.
no,
Right.
no.
But do you like when people say thank you and like I appreciate it? Hey, thanks for the hard work. I really appreciate that
That's okay.
today.
Sure.
It would really just be like
So
bring me a donut.
that's like not
Yeah.
number one for
Yeah.
you then.
What?
That's not number one for you then.
Say thank you.
Words
thank
of
you.
affirmation.
That's
You don't need
okay.
people to be
No.
like-
No.
No, I don't either.
I'm
like,
affirmed myself.
I don't need someone to be like, oh, thanks.
No, I think I'm great
don't
already.
care.
I don't need somebody to tell me it.
Right, I don't need words of affirmation either.
So who needs that?
I don't know.
So I don't know. I think those are all a little bit baloney, but I think that
Oh
when
my
you're
gosh. And this coming from Scott.
no, I just think when you're a younger person, there are certain things that matter a lot more when you're younger than when you're older, and that's the point.
I would agree with that. I think your needs change over time, for sure.
You don't think so?
No, they do.
Listen, I know a lot of people who got married for reasons they should not have gotten married when they were young.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if they had met the person when they were 40, it would not have happened.
Do you actually know the reason to get married?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you're not-
Yes. No.
What
you
is
know.
What would be your
You know.
I
reason?
know your
You know.
reason
Yeah, right.
for
What is
getting
your
married.
reason?
That's
Who, me?
interesting.
Yes.
Yes. As soon
What
as
would be
you
my
said,
marriage? For them not getting married?
No. What's your reason for getting
reasons
married?
for getting married? Because you
I
just
have-
said many
I-
reasons for not getting married.
I haven't
But
come across it yet. No, I don't like the idea of marriage. Marriage to me, woo, no. Ooh, God, no. No, there's something wrong with it. It's just, you know what it is? I don't understand it because what's the purpose? If I'm going to live with you, if I'm going to be around you, why do I have to marry you? I want you to be able to walk out any time because that makes me feel that you really want to be there when you're there. So you don't have to say anything. You don't have to buy me any gifts. But let's not go get paperwork done and have to, hire lawyers. So that's fine.
I think a lot of young, I don't know. I think a lot of people don't get married as much as they used to now. Like they live
problem with
together
this?
longer.
Yeah, it's
Go ahead. We got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Dude.
Lay it in.
No, what? No.
What is wrong with just living with?
I really don't think
nothing wrong with
there's
living.
nothing wrong with
Is
it.
it not
I'm not
poignant
disagreeing
that
with you.
the person could leave you at any time, and
I
now
know
there's
that
no
that's the whole-
paperwork, and there's no fighting, and there's nothing to it. I can walk out that door anytime, but I don't. See, to me, that's much more meaningful. This whole idea, I got to wear a ring, I got to get a tuxedo, I got to go on a honeymoon, I got to be paperwork driven with you. No, who needs that?
Paperwork driven?
It
That
is.
doesn't really drive your marriage.
What's the difference between a marriage and a relationship?
Nothing. I'm not saying
Oh, there is, though.
Taxes.
Taxes. And who's going to pull your plug?
And that's all you really need at the end of the
Who do
day.
you want to be there
Yep.
That person. I mean, you have to find that
do you
person,
want
though,
to
Scott.
decide?
Right?
making those decisions?
I don't think that I just, to me, it just seems, if you people want to get married, great. It's just not for me.
But you have to find someone to pull your plug.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of people who would be glad to pull my plug.
Sign me up.
There you go.
There you go.
So this has been fun, and we're going to do this once a week.
That's subjective.
That's subjective. And it went just.
We're all three sweating a little bit, so if that
Well, I
indicates
can't.
any sort of
You know,
fun.
you guys wanted to get personal. I don't know what
No,
that was all
we
about.
actually
Free to
said
call
that.
in on Monday if you actually listen to this.
Yes. Oh, there'll be feedback. There'll be feedback. But this.
Before we went on air, we did say let's not get personal, right?
Who got personal? You tried to personalize
Really,
me.
Scott, with the mediator?
Moderator, not mediator. It's not like I was refereeing a fight. It's a moderator. Oh, no. Gee whiz. Well, is that what you heard me say? I'm the mediator.
Yes, that's.
Oh, anyway. You can listen to this once a
I'm not
week.
even going to make a comment on that. The
You can
mediator.
listen once a week, an hour, to this Paper Rings podcast. What's going to be the topic next week? I'm sure you obviously don't want me to pick the things anymore.
Oh,
It'll be close to Valentine's Day.
Topics.
We got the big office party coming up next Thursday night.
Yeah,
Right.
how are we going to be on air on Friday and then have a podcast? We don't have that much to talk about.
We blew right through this.
We
I
did.
know, I'm kidding.
We have so much to talk about.
I know, we talked about...
Well, here's the real. And I think maybe we should end on this because this is important. Why does this? Because we really didn't know each other like 5 months ago.
No.
None of us.
Nope.
And
Michelle and I knew,
okay, right. I was the outcast.
but we didn't like.
We went to college together,
Yeah.
but I think we're both shy.
So you didn't talk to each other.
We didn't... Not really.
Not like deep
Okay.
conversation. No.
So the point is, I was making is the same. Nobody was friends. Nobody
Yeah.
was hanging out with each other. Nobody was doing that. And here we are. We just met, what, October something? Beginning
Yeah,
of October?
14th.
October 14th. And here we are. That's less than 4 months later, 5 months later.
Wow.
So why does it work? This little... Because you would think it wouldn't because we're all so different.
But we were honest with each other from day one. Open
Yeah,
and
I told you I
honest
didn't like you
day
from day one.
Yeah, that's. Did you say? No, you didn't.
No,
say that.
was it honesty? Was that it?
It
Maybe.
was
I think.
honest.
I don't know what made us so comfortable to be honest with each other from the start, but I think that was a big part of it,
It's
right?
the little closet room where
Well, it's
we sit
weird.
in.
Our
It's
closet
weird.
office that we have.
It's very weird because there never was a moment of awkwardness, yet nobody knew each other.
Right.
That was very strange.
That is weird.
It is weird, and I don't know what caused that, but that's how we got here.
It's fun. It's a fun group.
It is a fun group.
We knew that from the beginning.
I don't think I did, but over time I've become adapted.
Ugh.
I adapt over time. Now, again, YouTube, Paper Rings, search it, and it'll be an hour every week, and it'll be tantalizing conversation just like this, and I'll serve as the mediator every
Or
week.
the moderator.
Or the moderator.
mediator.
Whichever it is. Mediator, moderator, tomato, tomato. So we got to have a catchy goodbye. What's the goodbye?
No boring music.
Are you going to sing or something?
No,
Go ahead, sing. Sing a little.
I don't sing.
I don't sing either.
What's it like? We need like a goodbye, like good night and good luck, and that's the way it is. Take a little time and enjoy the view. What's our goodbye?
Oh, we don't have one.
We don't have one.
Well, we
yet.
got to have one. This is episode 1.
Oh.
Get your ring appraised. I mean,
Your
what is
ring
it?
appraised.
What's a good goodbye? You got to have it like Carol Burnett used to sing and tug her ear. And what are we going to do?
Ellen says, "Be kind."
Ellen says, "Be kind." There's a
what
lot
do
of
we
famous
do?
goodbyes.
We didn't plan.
We
this
can't
ahead of
get
time.
out if we don't have a goodbye.
We didn't think about this.
Somebody's got to say goodbye.
How ill planned.
Yeah, I understand that.
I gotta go to dinner. Like I said.
Well, somebody
Call
just say
me late
goodbye.
for dinner.
Somebody give the big goodbye.
Give the big goodbye.
What's a big goodbye?
Do like the Porky Pig.
Ew,
What's the
what?
Porky Pig?
You know, bada 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 bada. Do that.
You just did it.
No, I didn't go all the way.
What? Like that's all, folks.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully by next week we'll have a goodbye.
We'll have a better
come up
goodbye.
with one.
We'll come up with a goodbye. All right. That's all. Enjoy.
It's time to tell the neighbors the Charlie Evers Show is on. It's time that you can